taking a closer look at the man accused of killing a 27-year-old mom in Glendale. The senseless shooting happened last Friday night at the intersection of 51st Avenue and Camelback, where Yarly Armacio lost her life.
12 News journalist Sean Rice has been going through court records today. And Sean, what are you seeing?
There's a lot here, and there's a lot of questions we certainly have for the county attorney's office. We asked some of those questions here today. Now, Glendale police say 32-year-old Jesus Dowston is the man who senselessly took Yarly Hermosillo's life last week. He allegedly used a gun he was not legally allowed to own, and that is because he is a 3-time convicted felon. Even so, court records say this man has never once stepped foot inside an Arizona prison cell. Let's take you back to the night of August 15th, a week from tonight. Court records say Dowston was involved in a road rage argument with another driver in Glendale when the pair approached that intersection, 51st Avenue and Camelback. Court documents say Dowston pointed a gun at another driver, but instead of firing at him, he allegedly fired outside his own driver's side window, and that gunfire struck Hermosillo in her face. She then died as a result of those injuries. Now, Dowston, he's been charged with her murder. Court records obtained by 12 News show he picks up 3 felony charges within a 2-year time frame. This is back in 2021 and 2022. Those were for charges like resisting arrest, attempting to steal a car, and fleeing from the cops. In all 3 cases, the Maricopa County Attorney's Office offered him plea deals that stipulated to a sentence of probation instead of prosecutors seeking prison time. Now, a judge ultimately agreed and offered him 3 years on probation. That was ultimately his sentence. This afternoon, I spoke with a former prosecutor in that very office, the Maricopa County Attorney's Office. He reviewed these records. He went as far as claiming that Valley prosecutors completely dropped the ball.
There's no reason to stipulate to supervised probation when a defendant has 3 open felony cases, as well as committing the last felony while on felony release. I mean, they don't have any leverage. The defendant doesn't have any leverage in that scenario. And I think that this is a scenario where Maricopa County dropped the ball.
And today we reached out to the Maricopa County Attorney Rachel Mitchell's office. We asked specifically why a prison sentence was not sought for Dowston. In a statement, she said, quote, "Every case we receive is reviewed and we make decisions based on the evidence available to us. Because he, Dowston, has an open case, we cannot comment any further." It is important to note that Mitchell did not take over as the county attorney here in Maricopa County until April of 2022 for then County Attorney Alistair Adele. She was in charge when these prior cases were prosecuted. Now, Dowston, he is currently being held inside the Maricopa County Jail on a $1 million bond. Tram.
Sean, it's so enraging to think that something could have been done, that he did not even serve a day in prison. But even though understandably this case was under Alistair Adele's watch, but, you know, Rachel Mitchell, she still inherited all these cases afterwards, right?
Right, and we've reported on our fair share of issues that Alistair Adele was having at the time these cases were prosecuted, if our viewers remember, some 4 to 5 years ago. But Josh mentioned this in our interview, that you can't play Monday morning quarterback. Who knows, even if he was sentenced to prison time, if he would have still been inside a prison cell on Friday night when this senseless murder happened. But nonetheless, we have to pose these questions because they're raised in those court documents.
Absolutely. All right, Sean, thank you.